Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I'm going to talk about some really negative, well, I was trying to figure out what would I call them. It's feelings, mood, whatever, that I've been feeling lately. And it's not just about me. It really doesn't, all of them don't concern me. I'm like an innocent bystander kind of thing. Alrighty, yeah, that's what you do. I've already been tailgated. Oh, and then you slow down. You go slow. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I've already been tailgated in the neighborhood, and the guy got out to the main street, took off, and started weaving in and out of all the cars on the road. Yeah, real smart. And tailgating in the neighborhood with kids. Real smart. Wrong, all of it. Anyway, stuff like that, you know, is a regular in my world. But let me talk about one of the, I finally, well, how am I going to put this? The things that I felt like I was experiencing were causing me to feel like these things are insulting, they're disrespectful. And like I said, it's not always about me. In fact, quite a bit of it was not about me. Innocent bystander. And just really negative stuff. And I was becoming, I knew I was becoming sad. Not depressed, just sad. Just a sad feeling like when you feel, which is what I was feeling also, was you know, sympathy and empathy, both. You know, for a lot of people, it was just so much. And on top of it all, I started getting sick, physically sick, ill. Which one? I'll never know the difference. This age, I gave up. But no, and like right now, stomach's not feeling it. You know, my health condition recently, the past year and a half or so, has been about my abdominal area and my stomach, the muscles, on and on. And all of these healthcare providers don't know what's causing it. And oh my goodness, I just had a telemed appointment with my new doctor, and of course she didn't get the images. Well, I called and asked and said, well, last week, and it said, and asked the people working there, you know, the front office staff, and I said, if she doesn't have what she needs, I gotta reschedule the appointment. No, that page conveniently cut off. Right. Not another one of these, you know. Just milk it as much money as possible and not do anything. So, for my insurance. Anyway, see, all this stuff mixed in. All this stuff all together. And then on top of it, I'm not feeling well again. And there's so much stuff that is going on. And also having to deal with odors. Okay, odors. I did a video that I put on a channel that originally I used it from years ago, 10 years ago almost. I used it for videos that just failed somehow, really big time. And then I guessed about, oh my goodness. I guess it was about, I don't know how many years ago, 7 or so. Started using it to talk more about dysfunctional families, because I did a lot of my focus was on dysfunctional families in graduate school, and you know, along that line, abusive people. Back then, you know, we didn't call them so much as, you know, by which diagnose they fit under in the DSM, you know, personality disorders and all that. But anyway, all of this stuff together, I was really getting really sad, and because of what I was witnessing, being a bystander, and sometimes not. Just I was, you know, well, I was an innocent bystander still. I actually wrote this stuff down, but I'm not going to be reading while I'm driving. So got a lot of stuff I just want to get out. Just want to get out of me. Oh my! But the sadness, and sometimes I would feel like I was going to cry. Sometimes I would, because some of this is just to see, some of this to see people who are adults. I always talk about adults, very seldom ever mention kids, anything about them. But adults who are picking fun. That whole thing, picking fun at other adults, total strangers sometimes. Or me just hearing about it. Or like I'm somewhere and I hear people talking. What is this, some kind of new trend or something? And I'm not talking about on TV or YouTube. I'm talking about, like some call it IRL. Well, you know what, all of it is IRL, but in real life. But still, I need to order. What did I turn it back on for? I don't know why. Generally, I have an easy time explaining what Burger King, you have it your way. I have an easy time, but for some reason, she wasn't getting it. I've seen this woman, I don't know how many years, and I finally gave up. It's like, no, she's not getting it. I don't know why my SUV doesn't, acting a little weird. But anyway, where was I? I went to get myself something to eat on purpose. Because I've been dealing with, like I said, how far did I get? I've been dealing with a lot. Oh, my favorite place is taken again. But I've been dealing with a lot, especially like I think I mentioned this about odors, some pretty bad odors, and on this part, it's about my microwave has been ruined by terrible, terrible odors. Seriously. Just a few days ago, I tried to clean it again, and again, I'm not really sure how many times I've tried to clean it, and it's just got a terrible odor in it. And Adam actually went outside, got another in the garage. His niece, she had her microwave out there, and he put it up in the kitchen, and a few days later I kind of smelled, because I wanted to heat something up in the microwave, and it stunk to high heaven, the same odor. Seriously. When she does finally leave, I have no, they changed every day. They change. I'm getting a new microwave, and nobody's going to use it but me. I'm serious. Have you ever tried to cook when they heat up something when you don't have a microwave? I haven't had to do that since I was young, and it's time consuming. And when people, his family, they have this thing of they spend hours in the kitchen. I'm not joking. Adam has picked at her about it, saying, why does it take you, 2 hours to make a salad? I'm talking a tomato, onion, and lettuce salad. 2 hours. He's not lying. Okay, he's not joking. It's really not a joke. And when somebody's in the kitchen, because of my abdominal problems, I don't want to be around somebody when I'm in the kitchen, because I might bump, they might bump into me, and I bump into the edge, and it's happened, and to the edge of like the island or anything, and I like to have space. Okay, I don't want to have to move around somebody, move around. And there are a lot of other reasons, and if I said those other reasons, you say, oh, I totally get it now. Totally get it. Yeah, odors. Odors in my cabinet. And odors wherever. Somebody cooking something that's terrible. Gross stuff, ready. I forewarned you, and I don't really need to, but I did. When somebody cooks things like gross, To me. Maybe not to you. I don't care. I don't care what people eat. I don't want to have to suffer for it. Though, but the way it was described to me was sheep's tongue. All in the pot. My pots. My beautiful pots. But this isn't the only thing, by the way. And filled with sheep tongue, as they would said. And that's not it. That's not all. That is not all. But I am a person who has chemical allergies, and I don't wear any. The only thing that has any kind of fragrance is shampoo on me and soap, but it's really light soap. It's called Caress, and so I am not nose blind. I'm not nose blind. Yeah. So anyway, also, dealing with all this stuff at once. Also, you may have heard all this stuff about E. coli and all this, and just recently, I'm not saying that I know this is what it is, but recently, I guess I could lock that police office right there, police department. But for 2 years, since sometime last year, maybe before, I've been talking about this going to grocery store, and there's this go home, there's this awful odor on things that nothing from a grocery store should have awful odors on them. But this has been rather consistent. Did I mention I keep getting sick? 2 years now. And I've smelled it, and I went around seriously over I don't know how long trying to find stores where I didn't smell that odors. I mean, terrible, terrible. It's cleaning supply, somebody said. Probably cleaning supply. Cleaning supply. Cleaning supply. Okay, those chemicals should not be on your food. They seep through the plastic and they get on the food. I don't know, is that healthy? And oh my God. But dealing with all this stuff, all this stuff with me, what's the health concern, what's going on, like I said, all these things at the same time, I'm dealing with feeling sad for other people, being picked on, ridiculed, I guess, even insulting, disrespected, and I sometimes feel like that too. That odors, that's kind of disrespectful. Actually, it's insulting too, in my culture. And yeah, some people think that I'm not supposed to have one. I'm not supposed to say this is part of, that we find this offensive. Odors, strong odors, not just that, and just the sheep's tongue, and that of giving somebody space. I'm a diabetic. I don't need to be eating. It's almost 2 o'clock. Lunch at 2. I need time in the kitchen. In my kitchen. And then hearing cackles about, like I said, the innocent bystander, hearing people cackling and like they're suddenly, the word that came to my mind was glee. They're so happy just because they're gossiping about innocent people, like just sitting there, and like, maybe we've all seen this at some point in our life, is some people who they think that they're superior. Total strangers. They're total strangers to people they're doing as total strangers, but they're in their store and they're acting superior to everybody there and making fun, pointing at. You can see that I saw that one time. And the woman kind of deserved it, but at the same time, not. When somebody thinks they're superior to somebody, but the person was actually in that field, that study, that field of study, whatever. They were, and they didn't need somebody who wasn't, in that field, but pretends to be, acting as though they are. How that I am about that, too. But I'm not, I don't know. I have to re-examine myself on that one, everything. But Oh boy, I'm not talking. I need to eat. Okay, so I was wanting to have my burger, just a burger, in peace. Sit out here, sit back, relax. Been so stressed lately, all this, and Adam calls me. Now, this was going to be part of it anyway, not that he called me because I didn't know he was going to call me, but anyway, we're all supposed to be having a vacation. I'm not going with them. They're not going to be with me. But the thing is, I can't, because where they're going is a drive, and I can't do that. So too long of a drive, and because of the whole reason I'm doing this job and all that, trying to get the insurance, doing all this. One of the reasons that swelling in my legs, my bottom legs, feet, ankles. Mine doesn't look like I see on these commercials. They're really. I feel sorry for the people. They're really big. I mean, like elephant legs. I just watched an episode. It was called The Midwife. It's an episode. A man had edema, like I do, but mine's nothing like that. Mine's not that big, not that. And I see, ads for socks for people who have them. I'm like, mine are like half of that size, if not less. It's just that they get swollen every once in a while. And that's why I have to do this job. I can't sit down, stand up, walk around, any of those things too long. Okay, so driving that far would, man, that would be so bad where they're going. Anyway, so I have my vacation. I was going to handle one of the dogs, the other one, I can't handle both. And he called me to, just a short version of that is, I can't do it. I am concerned about me. I have to, be concerned because nobody else is. Okay? I'm not, that's not something to laugh at, but me, it's just unbelievable. Adam was there for me when I was in the hospital those 2 days, one night, all that and everything, and he's been, there, but the combination with him when he's around any of his family members, consistently, it's not a good environment for me. No, it's just not. They, I can't say anymore. It's just not a good environment for me. I see I've already said that, Adam and I are two very different people. Except on a few things. Like, we both like our me time, I guess. Him for his me time and me for my me time. He had put it about some other total situation that he's not years and years ago. That he's not one to sit around entertaining company. And he's not. I'm not either. That somebody, like, say somebody comes and stays with us, he doesn't want to have to entertain them all the time. He likes being independent of that, and so do I. We are like that with one another. That thing part works out. You go do your thing, I go do my thing. Everybody should have that freedom. To me, I'm not saying go and tell somebody that and do it. I don't give any advice or anything along that line. But yeah, I need the time just to chill. Chill out and things. And when with his family, not all of them, but it's just not. Like I said, I can't even go into my with some of them, and this goes back over 40 years. His niece is only 31, but with different ones, I would not even be able to go into my kitchen. They'd be in my home. That's my kitchen and Adam's kitchen. Let me just put, focus on me. I couldn't just go in the kitchen. They would either be all over it and moving stuff around, or they come there and watch what I'm doing. Why are you doing that? Why do you eat that? Like a salad, They're going to tell me what I should eat. No. I'm at my doctor's. Not you. Opinionated gossip mongers. I guess that's the right term. Way to say it. On and on. No, this is not my life. I don't want to be, and I don't want to entertain you with gossip. But this is where I do my venting. This isn't gossip. You're not going to know them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and the thing about not feeling well, this is, I'm not introducing any new food like their sheep tongue. Never would. I mean, I eat beef livers, like I've said. I don't know if I put a video on this channel before about it, but like once every blue moon or 3-4 blue moons, I'll eat beef liver and onions is what it's called. You know, with a little bit of the brown gravy kind of thing. But I actually had some last year and then some this year. Adam made it recently. I guess he wanted to remind me that I eat beef liver. And, yeah. Anyway, but I don't eat tongue. They eat a lot of tongue and kidneys, and it's just, like I said, I don't care what they eat, but don't it just, I don't know. They can cook whatever, but when you put something in the microwave and I can no longer use my microwave, and like I said, I don't know how many times I've cleaned it and it still stinks. I've never known a microwave to do that. But maybe one time. Many when I was young, you know. I lived before there were microwaves. I think so. When was the first microwave that, you know, when did microwaves become popular, I should say? That they were affordable for just your general person. You know, not somebody who's filthy rich. But anyway, but that of feeling ill. And it was last night, basically, I had made myself a salad. And lately, sometimes I just don't eat salads. And anyway, last night I think it was, yeah. Or not night, yesterday. And I couldn't eat it for some reason. And I just put it in the refrigerator, which is not always a good thing. You know, depends on what's on the salad. And anyway, later on my stomach was growling, so I went to get, you know, I couldn't sleep, and I got that salad out, and for some reason I really couldn't eat it, so I threw it away. It wasn't like it tasted bad or anything. But then right after that, I started feeling really sick. Okay, here he is calling me again. Okay, that was Adam again. Man, talk about guilt tripping me. I know he's a guilt tripper. You know? Oh my God, so I'm going to take care of them, both of them, my goodness. You know, he was telling me that he went to take, you know, the pit bull, American pit bull terrier. He is such a good dog. He is such a good dog. Sweet, like you wouldn't believe. And they get bad reputations, but people make them mean. But we don't make him mean. He's so sweet. And he was saying that the other one that's my laser focused dog, he said that when Adam left with the pit bull, the pitty, that the other one just threw a temper tantrum and was crying, and I said, oh yeah, Adam's trying to make me feel bad. So just said leave him, you know, I'll take care of them. You know, I said, don't call me again unless it's an emergency. I just want to chill for a little bit. And y'all leave. Leave. Give me some chill time, man. You know, you can't be everything for everybody. And you got to take care of yourself, and you can't take care of anybody else. And I really well know this. I know this very well. You can't do it. I have taken care of people with dementia, and my own mother. Yeah, you just can't. Pardon the frog in the throat. Yeah. So you sing it as it unfolds. But I'm okay. I'm much better okay, you know, because I was feeling bad. I don't want my dog to stay in a kennel either. We've kenneled them, but my dogs before we did too. And, you know, we always did them together, except for one time. But one kennel, they both got kennel cough, and they had their shots. They can't cover everything. Some new strains come up, that's what they say. Both of them got kennel cough, and I thought I was going to lose one of them when we got them home, and I had to take care of them. And one of them, I just said, "That's it." You know, I really did. I said, "That's it. You are not dying on me." It was, oh, yeah. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I almost got choked. I took a sip of, I drank Diet Pepsi, caffeine-free, and took a sip and couldn't swallow. Oh my goodness. It's been a lot on me lately. I'm serious. Very, a lot. But anyway, that dog, it lived. It was really, really bad off. Now, one of them wasn't so bad. The other one was back there. There was a kennel cough. And he was really bad off. So I don't remember what I did, but he finally, he wouldn't eat or something like that. He just wouldn't eat. And I didn't force him to eat. You can't really force a dog like that. They were both black labs. One of them I said was a black lab and bear, B-E-A-R, mix. He was big. So he wasn't pure, I would not think. He might have been, I don't know. The other one was pure black lab. And that one, the one that wasn't a half bear. Oh, he was big. The other one is the one that got sick, not the bear. But yeah. Okay, I'm kind of tired of people being in my videos. Usually I do that for adults. So anyway, but just for their privacy. Anyway, what else was I going to say? But I've been going through too much. Life can be too much. That whole thing with the stores with that stinky smell getting worse, man. And then the stuff that shows up on my you know, the weather channel. I don't know if your computer, if you have a desktop computer, that it pops up the weather channel on it whenever you log in, or whenever you start it up, and your computer, and mine does. I like that. I like the weather channel's weather thing. It doesn't pop up. I make it pop up. Okay, anyway, there must be police officers changing shifts or something. Anyway, I feel very protected here. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I don't even know. And another thing, on top of it all, I told this doctor a lot. I'm tired of healthcare providers that just want to get the money and spend 2 minutes. I think I spoke to her for 20 minutes, really. And I told her about my problem with sleeping. I told her that, you know, it's stress and sleeping too much. I talked to her a lot about that, those two. And stress and not sleeping enough is really, I don't get to sleep like 7 to 8 hours straight because of the medications I take. And so I talked to her about how I have to, you know, how I could do my medications a different way. Well, I tried it again. You know, she said, yeah, you know, do this. And I did that like I've done before, but it just doesn't work out. It doesn't. You know, the two things that are the most important to me is the diabetes medication and the insulin. So that's all of the medication. I have to take three different pills for blood pressure per day. And that's not just one per day. So yeah, basically 2 on all 3 of them a day. And there's certain ways to do them. One of them is a PRN, you know, and just, it's so messy, really. So I tried for a couple days again. It's not going to work. And that's why I worry about maybe this is what's going on with my stomach. I think it could be something else. And like I told her when I was telling her these things, I said, I really don't know, because she had asked me, well, or something, and I said, I really don't know. It can be anything. She said, yeah. For one other issue. I don't even remember which one it was. But it's just too much lately, really. Too much in my life. And I mentioned I wanted to start talking more about how I feel, for me, about the complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And when things are still going on in my life, I've seen this since I was born. My mother suffered from postpartum depression after she had me. I'm not saying that anybody who does is going to be like this, but mine, yeah. I was reminded so much that my mother suffered from that, and she hid knives from herself. Yeah, I'll leave it there. That there. And she never really got over it. So, and I was reminded, that's what happened. And did you know that I was at fault that I was born so early? What is it now? Oh my goodness. Okay, that was my pharmacy. Anyway, where was I? I keep getting distracted like that. But anyway, I don't remember. I'm serious, I don't remember. There's just so much. But I could go back and listen to them, but I had to erase a clip and all that, and erase it. I got out a pencil and erased it. Deleted it. But anyway, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do right now. I need to go and buy a few things. But I was wanting to chill. I go into a grocery store, my goodness. And I do have a lot of, worry about it. I hadn't mentioned it as much. There were two main issues last year, more than two. I was dealing with so-called medical professionals, but especially one that was a real royal jerk. I say two, but I found out recently that he's apparently not doing all that great. Okay, I don't wish anything negative on anybody, even if they do me wrong. I am not that type. If somebody does me wrong, I don't sit there and say, oh, I hope this bad thing happens to them. I hope that bad thing, that thing, all of it. I hope they have no, I'm not that type. So, but apparently it has for him. But what I want to see more in my life is that, justice is done. If you go into a store, or just something is fixed, you go into a store, you can take your groceries home and it stinks. Your lettuce, that actually stuff got into the lettuce, and this lettuce, like a head of iceberg even. I usually get shredded lettuce in packages, but iceberg lettuce, one of the heads, the plastic around it smelled. Opened it up, it was on the lettuce. Yeah, that stench, is the cleaning supply. That's what they said. It's a cleaning supply, probably the cleaning supply. Are you not doing it right? Are you putting that stuff on top of it and then just putting the lettuce right back on top of it when it still smells? What are you doing? Are you following the directions? Does it say dilute it? Does it say wash it off? I don't know. That's not my job. It's not my area of expertise. I'm not a voice of authority on it. I don't know. Do you? It should be. At least part of it. But these days, some of the stuff that bothers me is nothing gets done. And I know some people say, well, that's because they paid them off or they did that. I don't know. I don't care what's going on behind the scenes. I want to be able to buy groceries and eat groceries and not have some odor on my groceries. Not get sick so much. I can't tell you how many times I've been sick these past 2 years since I've been noticing this. I cannot tell you how much. I cannot say that is the cause. But it's really funny that they, it could be that it's a coincidence. Yeah. I don't know. I just see there's a possible connection. If there is a possible connection, something needs to be done about it. They need to fix that. Yeah, that's what needs to be done about it. It needs to stop. Anyway, I thought somebody was standing. I saw something and I looked, and I thought somebody was standing back there, but I guess it was a car moving, and then my blind spot together. So, oh my goodness. Anyway, but I just, if you even got this far, I'm just at this point. At some point, I started rambling with Adam, calling me I needed to eat and all that. But I did actually, for the first time in a long time, wrote out a list of these things I want to talk about that I realized at some point. This, of course, I realized really when they were happening, that this is normal for people with cluster Bs, kind of. I'm not diagnosing with a disorder, but behaviors you can see in there. These really negative behaviors that, and I'm not talking about just one set of people, one group or one family or one whatever. No, that I've been dealing with. But they have those kinds of behaviors, or they exhibit those kinds of behaviors, characteristics, traits, whatever. And, yeah, I made a list, and I realized that, I realized all along, but especially making the list and trying to narrow it down, these things I've already talked about. I have how many years next? What is it? April will be 10 years. Yeah, and that I have been talking about these things. That's just on video. I have a past with these, of writing about them. So on and so forth. And I was a career student, 20 years, so I got a lot of experience, and a whole lifetime of experience with people with these same kind of behaviors. This is nothing new to me, in other words. Really nothing new to me. Since birth, like I was talking about. Stuff I've seen. Wow. And that in itself, I'm telling you, it's a little bit, I don't want to say frightening, but I was going to also tell a whole story about something that really did frighten me. Yeah, frighten me for my life, kind of frightened me. Still does. But I'm going to tell a whole, not the whole story. I want to start doing my videos in a different way, and not go into so much like I am now, because really, I don't even like it. So I do it, I don't. I go with my flow, whatever. My own flow. Stream of consciousness, somewhat, because I have to stop and start and all that. Make clips. Anyway, I think I'm going to stop. I think I don't know which channel I'll put this on. Oh, there he comes again, calls me. Oh my goodness. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, like I said, it was Adam. Man, this man is driving me nuts. Seriously. He's changed his mind again. He was inside the vet's office, waiting in the waiting room, one of the rooms. And he said, maybe I leave him here. He goes through that. He goes back and forth. Okay, that's his. And I told him, I said, you would be, never mind. Never mind. But I said, just leave him there. Whatever, He said, when I answered, he said, it's your fault. You didn't buy me that book years ago. And the book, it's the joke between us. The book was about how to make up your mind. It was or how to make decisions or something like that, many years or decades ago. And he was supposed to decide. He couldn't. He kept going back and forth on, did he want it? Did he not? Did he want it? And I'm like, really, dude? Seriously? And we've joked about it since then, because the man can't make up his mind. I've had to be the one to make a lot of decisions. I don't like making all the decisions, because when you make all the decisions, hey dude, you're getting way too close. Wow, are you drunk? But, yeah, that big old truck, bubble truck. But, anyway, I've had to make most of the decisions over 40 years, for the most part. Oh, no, what's going on here? Okay, of course, there's something going on here. That's a lot of traffic now. A lot of people backed up. Wow. Can't just have a peaceful moment now, can I? Nope. Probably some wreck or something up there. But not everybody is getting over. So that's why I didn't get over, because I'm turning here. Anyway, but making decisions, about that, is when you're the one that has to make the decision. If something goes wrong, the finger's going to be pointed at you. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So, and life happens like that. Things happen like that. Not everything's going to run the way you think it is. What is going on up here? Seriously. I'll wrap it up. Talk to you on the video. Bye. Okay, somebody tell me, what is that on? Are those video cams on the back of that? Why would that be? And the sticker says, "How's my driving?"